First on the docket, this young lady at the age of 26, thought it was a good idea to sue her ex-husband. Why? Because when she met him at 20, married him at 21, he promised her some things. He said, hey, girl, we're going to take it to the moon. We're going to take it to the stars. You dig? Beyonce voice. And she fell for it, right? And she's saying, oh my God, he let me down. He wasted my prime years from 21 to 26. He is taking her to court. She is taking him to court because she is saying he wasted my prime years. What are y'all thoughts about this? I thought it was a fascinating way to utilize the court system. Do y'all think she got a case or is she a head case? What are y'all thoughts? Anybody? Okay, y'all excited.
I try to be nice. I try to be nice. Every episode, I start out talking. I'm like, man, I need to just sit back. But okay, I do it. Yeah, when we do, I do it.
Jay, get in now.
Yeah, thank you. So here's the thing.
Pause.
Yes. Okay, yeah. Ooh, I'm completely thrown out.
Yes, sir.
Can we just bring me in again and then we'll pause?
You just keep missing these alley-oops over here. I'm like, what is going on?
Can you bring me in again?
You were saying, sir.
Let me pass it to Tia. I can do that without pausing. Pass it. Go take the start.
What? Wait.
He needed a woman in.
I did. I needed a woman in there. That doesn't make sense.
Okay, so
throw that shit out of court. Throw it out. Throw it out. She's ridiculous. It sounds ridiculous. Be accountable, little girl. Like, you wasted a prime time of your life with a man who wasn't ready to give you whatever he promised you. Like, false promises are a thing. Walking around trying to throw it in court is a waste of people's times. And it's like sucker behavior. Like, learn from it, grow from it, do better. But don't take that shit to court. Like, who does that?
It's America. Yeah. You can sue for everything, right? I mean, you can sue if you gorilla glue your hams to your forehead. You know what I'm saying? You can sue for everything. so I understand that she felt some type of way and she went to court. I think, though, that the person, I'm not going to give law advice. Let me just say, I think everybody could point fingers if they wanted to point fingers, even if they wanted to point fingers at somebody for pointing fingers at them in the first place. Let me make that make sense. It was her responsibility. He came to her with an idea and a dream. Okay, he came to her and he was like, yo, I think I'm gonna do this. And she was like, yeah, I believe that, baby. Let's do that. Okay, all right. And they set off on this path. Okay, it didn't work out. But now, how do they have this dream with no roadmap, no points in between? Like, hey, first we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do that. Because if they had that, then she would have known before it was 7 years that it wasn't happening. First point. Second point, if I invest in a stock, okay, and I do not sell that stock, I hold on with the hopium because I know it's going to go up, right? And I hold on. Meanwhile, there's another stock that I could have bought this morning, and it did not rise. It's running. Okay, but I hold on because I'm down now. I'm out. I'm trying to hold in. My point here is I don't get to sue the stock for not performing in the way I thought it would perform, just because now I feel like I missed out on another opportunity that I saw going another way. You don't get to do that. Like Tia said, take your L, put it with a lesson, let it be your blessing, and push on.
I am clearly landing on the opposite side of this because you know what? I say kudos to you, girl, because we hear in the internet all the time now and social media and so forth. Apparently, you already a leftover woman because you're over the age of 25. So hell yeah, he wasted your youth. And on top of that, if he's supposed to provide all these promises and so forth, he sold you on his dream. He sold you on his potential, and then his potential didn't manifest. Congratulations for getting the hell up out that relationship before you end up being a bitter Black woman and getting that tag, along with the fact that they're already saying you out to pasture just because you're over 25. So I think it's about time that men start taking accountability for their lies and their lack of fulfilling their potential. And so if he didn't go the path that he said he was going to go, then I say go for it. Try it. Now, I will say this, though. You did choose him. But it's okay. It's okay. Ignore all the fact that you chose him because you chose him for potential. And so what you learned was stop choosing niggas for potential. That's what you learned. And on top of that, you know what else you learned? You learned that you probably ain't going to win this lawsuit. But if you can get him for alienation of infection, there's a possibility because in places like North Carolina, there has been cases where folks have been winning on alienation of infection. However, that's not what you're going for. So I don't know. But I say give it a try because people have sued for less. Folks burned themselves with some coffee that clearly was hot and had the hot warning on it, and they still burnt themselves. So folks burn, that's why pillowcases have warnings too, don't swallow the stuffings. So anyways, good luck and kudos for thinking outside the box.
I just want to
Listen,
push back.
y'all
S&M
wrong. You
said she
didn't
wasn't
think
bitter.
far enough outside the box. She is not going to win. What would she have been doing in those ensuing years from 21 to 26? Random peen, hookah, and hot Cheetos. Is that really a missed, and Takis? Is that really a missed opportunity?
Yes.
I mean, because that's basically what we're suing for. Okay, Tia said yes, and I appreciate her honesty. Shout out to her for that. But I think this is also an opportunity on his part. He should countersue for missing out on his city boy years and all of the random vagina he could have got. That is an L. That's a loss. That is a time that can never be get back. He should countersue her. My man, Think Big, Delvin the Expert, Esquire, we're tacking that on for this legal episode. I am here and I'm available every other Tuesday.
You know what's funny? I must not be in that firm because I'm siding with my good sis S&M on this one. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all completely missed the premise of why she is taking him to court in the first place, right? Regardless of whether or not she wins, what she is saying is the nigga made a contract, low key, verbal or otherwise, that he's going to do X, Y, and Z. I think she mentioned something like owning the house, having some kids, et cetera, right? So if Shorty entered into that arrangement, right? Because part of marriage is a business, so it's not like they both didn't make some level of commitment to one another. Now, if his countersuit is that Shorty wasn't doing her part, yeah, I'm here for that. I want to hear that too, right? Because he can make that case. But if she is saying, hey, man, I got to move on because based off of what we talked about, you were not doing what you wasn't living up to your end of the contract. I think just from a conversation standpoint, in terms of people who do make contracts with others or make promises, and when you break them. Now, here's the key though. Can she show damages? For example, if she's putting her funds together and maybe he mismanaged them, or maybe if he was doing some shit salaciously under the pillow, without people knowing or whatever, without her knowing, he could prove that, hey, yes, I trusted him to handle our funds, but he was diverting them and using them a certain type of way. So again, she still would have to show some level of damages in regards to the claims that she is making. But part of what she's saying is, and I get S&M sarcasm a little bit, but she's partially true though, right? Like low key, people be stealing shit from people, but sometimes the worst theft is time. At the end of the day, you dig what I'm saying? So yes, maybe she won't win this particular case, but I would kind of admonish my brothers to chill on the promising some bullshit, because you don't got to do that for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to sit out there a lot of her and come up with this bullshit, right? Nah, because she's going to give you what you want for real, for the most part, with little to minimum effort. So the fact that you're going that extra mile to wife it and not feel like you should live up to the responsibilities that you yourself actually said, hey, I'm willing to because you proposed in the first place, then yeah, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? She does have a case, if not a case, maybe a point, depending on what she's talking about and what she can outline in regards to what she felt like she lost out on by fucking with this nigga in the first fucking place. You did what I'm saying? So yes, I feel you, S&M. You know what I mean? And don't y'all women out there say, nigga, I gave you one. You did that's what you be not gonna do. All right, episode 6, clearly I'm saying the sister got a case, even though she's delusional for even filing it in the first place, but I'm not knocking her because I think she has a point, if not a case. But go ahead, S&M.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Whoop, 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 whoop.
You know,
Because she does
score one
have
for
a
the good
point.
guy.
Yes. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I had an urge to say kick rocks, rest of y'all, but no, that's being childish.